So today we'll do a practice that's a nice, relaxing, easy, gentle yoga practice. So what I've got is a cushion, and then I've got what's a yoga bolster, but you don't need a yoga bolster, but like a rolled up blanket or another cushion's good, just so you've got something to use to relax. You want something reasonably firm because we'll put our legs up, or you can use a wall, or if you've got a chair next to you as well, that's fine too. I'll give lots of different options, but it's good to have lots of supplies so that your body feels supported. So this is just a really nice, gentle yoga practice. And for any of the seated practices, then sitting on your cushion or rolled up blanket just helps to sort of prop up the hips, give the spine a nice lift and relax the hips a little bit. So we're going to start seated. So take a comfortable seat, and you can of course sit on a chair or a stool. So we'll just give the shoulders a little roll. So bring the shoulders up to the ears and then down the back, easing out any tension. And if you want to just encourage the breath at the same time, so breathing in as you bring the shoulders up, breathing out as you relax the shoulders down. Lovely. And we'll let the shoulders settle all the way down the back and just close the eyes, rest the hands. We're going to start with some gentle breathing to bring our attention to the breath and to just balance out the nervous system. So let the eyes close down. Firstly, just noticing the breath in the body. So feeling how you're breathing right now. So this might be the first time today you've taken a moment just to think about how you're breathing. And often as soon as we bring our attention to the breath, we can't help but change it in some way. So notice just with curiosity if you have changed the breath in any way. So we bring the quality of non-judgmental awareness to our attention, to our noticing. So we're not judging what we find, we're just curious. Now we will start to deepen the breath. So feel that you're taking the breath all the way down into the belly. So relax the belly. And when your belly is nice and soft and relaxed, you might even want to visualize how the diaphragm at the base of the lungs has space to descend down into the abdomen, causing a lovely expansion in the body. And then a relaxation with the exhale. And we're just going to balance out the breath by counting the breath and breathing in for the count of 3 and out for the count of 3. So I'm going to start just by leading the count, but always just breathe in a way that feels comfortable for you. So breathing in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. So just count in your mind. And if you notice any thoughts just bubbling up into the mind, let them come noting the thought, and then let it just dissolve away again. Staying with the counting of the breath. And finishing with your next exhale, letting the counting go. We'll relax the hands by the sides of the body, gently blinking open the eyes. And we're going to breathe the hands up to the sky. So as you breathe in, let the arms reach up. And then palms down, breathing out, hands floating down in front of you. So now just continue with this movement. Feel like you're running your fingers just through clouds. So imagine that you're surrounded by this beautiful cloud, or you're completely enveloped in this cloud. And as your hands rise up, your fingers are floating through the soft cloud. And as your hands flow down just through the soft cloud, maybe you can even feel the cloud between your fingertips. And if you'd like to, you can of course just close the eyes. And lose yourself for a moment in the movement. So you can't do this wrong. However you're doing it is absolutely perfect. And the next time that your hands come down, just let the hands rest again at your sides. And we're going to let the hands float up to the sky, so reaching up. We're going to take a twist here. So bring the right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind you, and just turn to look over your left shoulder. So sitting up lovely and tall, spine tall. And as you're in the twist, start to notice your breathing. So breathe into the body, nice full breaths. And then we'll relax the body back to center and take the hands back up again, floating the hands up. And then left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you, looking over that right shoulder. Lovely and tall through the body. Lovely smooth breaths. Keep breathing. And then we'll relax the body forwards again. Beautiful. And interlace the fingers in front of you. Bring the hands to the heart. Push the palms away. And as you push the palms away, tuck your chin and round your back. Suck your belly in. Stretch through the backs of the shoulders. Breathe in. Take your hands up to the sky. Lift your chest up. And then relax the arms all the way down. Lovely. So I'm going to do that 2 more times. Interlacing the hands, hands to the heart. pushing the palms away, tuck the chin round the back, stretch the backs of the shoulders. Inhale, hands up, lift the chest. And then exhaling, releasing all the way down. Last time, lovely. So we'll bring interlace hands to the heart, pushing away, creating some space in the back of the heart center. And inhale, lifting the hands up. As you exhale, releasing any tension that there might be in the neck or the shoulders. Lovely. We're going to leave the left hand on the floor and take the right hand up to the sky. Reach up really tall with that right hand. And then we'll take a side bend, bending over, glue both your seat bones down to the earth. And you might even just want to push a little bit into that left hand so that you really stretch the side of the body. And then we'll just relax that top arm down, come back up again. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky, reach it really tall. And then take the side bend, gluing the seat bones to the floor. Stretching the side of the body. And releasing that arm down, coming back up again, good. So we'll come off our seated position. We're going to come onto hands and knees. So you don't need your yoga mat, you could always just be on the carpet. And if you're on a hard floor, you could fold your blanket, have that under the knees if you want to support the knees. So with our hands and knees, hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take some cat-cows. So as you exhale, tuck the chin round the back, look towards the belly, tuck your imaginary tail under. And then inhale, tilt your tail to the sky, looking forwards. So exhale, looking towards the belly, rounding the back, tucking the tail. Inhaling, tilting the tail up, looking forwards. So we'll flow here. Being aware of how your spine's feeling. So can you feel the areas of your back all the way from the tip of the tailbone to just beneath the skull there at the neck? Can you notice where you might be tense, where you might be tight? Where is there ease of movement in your spine, and where do you feel really stuck? Or if you do feel stuck, and just encouraging movement along the whole of the spine. So sometimes we can be stuck in one particular part and then another part of the spine just overcompensates. So we're going to do one more each way. And come back to a nice neutral spine. We'll thread the needle here. So you might want a cushion to rest your head on, so you could always bring a cushion in front of you. So we'll start with the right hand. So we'll bring the right hand onto the right hip. So you're just twisting your body a little bit to the right. So opening up the twist. Now we're going to take that right hand and we're going to slide the back of the right hand behind the left wrist and come down onto the right side of the head. So bring your right shoulder and the right side of your head to the floor. And your left hand can either stay on the floor by the face or stretch forwards. Lovely, and we'll bring that left hand back beside the face to push down. Bring your right hand back onto your right hip, turning your chest to the right. And release your right hand back down to the floor. And then we'll take that to the other side. So left hand onto the left hip, just turning the upper body to the left. Then we'll thread the needle, back of the left hand sliding behind the right wrist, left side of the head and left shoulder to the floor, or onto your cushion. So you can always support the head, look after the neck. Right hand can stay on the floor beside the face or stretch forwards, whatever feels best for you, as we just twist through the upper body, open through the backs of the shoulders. Lovely, and we'll bring the right hand back beside the face to push back up, left hand onto the left hip, turning the chest to the left and releasing all the way back down again. So from here we're going to come all the way down onto the belly, so come and bring yourself down. Lovely, and we're going to come onto the elbows. So you can either have your elbows a little bit in front of your shoulders, or you can have your elbows directly under your shoulders. Lovely, and this is our Sphinx pose. So it can be nice to maybe just have a little gentle rock from side to side through the hips, just to feel that you're really planting the front of the pelvis on the floor. And then we'll find stillness here. So if you're feeling it in the lower back, then take the elbows further away. And also here we can strengthen the back of the neck by just pulling the chin in towards the back of the neck. So not taking the chin up to the sky, but pulling back a little bit. So we lengthen and strengthen the back of the neck. But we don't want to try too hard, so we're finding that soft edge where there's a little bit of effort, but not too much. Just keeping it nice and easy. Just breathing into the belly. And we'll take 3 more breaths. We're going to come and rest all the way down onto the belly. So stack the hands, let the elbows slide out to the sides, and just rest your head on your hands. And you can again give your hips a little rock from side to side. Ease out through the lower back. Lovely. From here we're going to take it into child's pose. So bring the hands under the shoulders, lift up to hands and knees, and we're going to bring the big toes together, let the knees go wide and sit back on the heels. Now if the knees aren't feeling too comfortable, you can always sit on a cushion. And also here, or you could have your cushions or blankets if you want. You can just place them between the knees to lie the body on, to support the body. Now you don't need to do that. You could also just lie with your chest towards the floor or rest your head on your hands. Really, it's just a way of finding some comfort. So find a position that feels comfortable for you, where you can just relax the body a little bit, calm the nervous system with this pose. And come back to the breath. While you're in this child pose, really connect back to your breathing. Can you feel the breath all the way down in the low belly? Maybe you can feel the breath in the lower back. Let the whole torso fill with the breath. And then we'll just push the body back up again, bringing the body back up, and we're going to come to a seated position. So again, if you want to sit on any cushions or blankets, you can. This time we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, but we're not going to bring the feet too close, so we don't want them right close into the body. We're going to take them a little bit further away from the body. So we feel nice and comfortable, holding on anywhere you want. And we'll breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, just let your body start to fold forwards. So you can hold the feet, the ankles, the shins. And you're not aiming for your toes, you're just letting your body fold forwards. Stretching into the back of the body. Again, come back to the breath. So relax the tummy. Let your belly be beautifully soft. Notice how the breath expands the belly as you inhale. Relaxes the belly as you exhale. And we'll start to slowly bring the body back up again. Lovely. Use the hands on the outsides of the knees just to bring the knees back up again. And we'll bring the hands behind the hips. Let the feet walk out a little bit wider than a hip distance apart. And we're just going to drop the knees from side to side. So you can turn your chest opposite direction to the knees if you want to. Just easing out through the hip joints. Keeping the chest nice and lifted. And we'll do one more each way. Lovely. And bring the knees back up, walking the feet in. And we're going to come down to a comfortable position on your back. So you might want to have your cushions or your rolled up blankets beside you. And we're just going to come down onto the back with the knees bent, feet onto the floor. So walk the feet so that they're just close to the body. So really you want your heels kind of directly underneath your knees if you can. And feet about hip distance apart. And toes facing directly forwards rather than sort of out to the sides. Press the lower back into the floor so your tailbone tilts a little bit away from the floor. Arms by the sides. So if your shoulders aren't feeling great, just leave the arms by the sides, or we're going to take some arm movements as we lift the hips. So as you're ready, inhale and lift your hips off the floor, lift your hands, pointing your fingers towards the ceiling. As you exhale, take the arms overhead. Inhale, bring your hands back up again to point to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hips down as you lower your arms. So inhale, hips and hands lift. Exhale, take the arms overhead. Inhale, hands back to the sky. Exhale, rolling back down through the spine and arms down. So inhaling, lifting up, fingers point to the sky, relax the shoulders. Exhale, arms overhead. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhaling, hands down, hips down. So do 2 more in your own time here. And then once you've done 2 more, we're just going to relax the arms out to the sides. So take the arms out shoulder height, palms facing up. Walk the feet wide, so they're about as wide as your mat if you've got a mat, or wider than your hips. And just drop your knees from side to side. And your head could roll in the opposite direction to the knees. I'm going to do 1 more each way. Let the knees come back up again and walk the feet back in. We're going to bring the knees into the chest And wrap your arms around your knees, have a little hug in of your knees, and maybe even a little rock from side to side, rocking the body, massaging out the lower back. We're going to take the legs up. Now there's a couple of options that you can do here. Is you could bring yourself close to a chair, so any chair or sofa, and you could just bend your knees and put your lower legs on the seat of the chair, and that can be really nice and relaxing. If you've got a wall close by, you can scoot nice and close to the wall and then lift the legs up. So that can be a really nice way as well of relaxing through the legs. And then the other option is to just place a cushion, a firm sort of cushion underneath the pelvis, just so it tilts your pelvis. You might want to walk the shoulders away a little bit, tilts the tailbone away from the floor, and that way then you can lift the legs and it's not as hard work to keep the legs lifted. So whichever option that you find works for you, and any time you need to bring your legs down, bring your legs down. But having the legs up is really, it's not only just great for the legs, especially when it's a warm day, just to keep the fluid flowing back down towards the heart, but it does actually rest the heart. The heart doesn't have to work so hard to pump the blood round the body, just draining back down the legs towards the heart. And as you have your legs lifted here, just feel that you're really giving your feet the opportunity to relax. You're giving your ankles the opportunity to relax. Your calves and your shins relaxing. And your knees can relax. Your thighs. Your whole feet and legs can relax. They don't need to bear your weight. They don't need to walk, to stand. They can completely relax.